heard the new Transformers not doing too
That
great.
is racist, sir.
You know, a lot of
Don't
movies
get his
aren't doing too
Michael
well
Bay.
right now, Trippy.
It's
Yeah.
bad. I've had hopes for it since Bumblebee was good, but it's bad.
Oh, you saw the new Transformers?
Yeah,
No,
It is bad.
it's bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was
it's
actually having a glimmer of hope there that I thought it would be worth watching.
They slipped in a bunch of unnecessary racism.
Yeah, but mind you, we knew this because the moment the trailer came out, the director was immediately pushing the race baiting shit.
Well, it's not even that. It's just how they portrayed it. Okay, so ignore the whole we already knew it was going to be woke on the human side, right?
Mm-hmm.
They totally ruined the Transformer characters themselves.
How so? Because I mean, in the previews, they were looking more and more true to character
You
designs
should
this
look at what
time, and
they
I was
did to
getting psyched
Wheeljack.
up.
They made Wheeljack like this hippie love bug, Colombian.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not.
Is this like
making
the
this
third
up.
version of Wheeljack in this continuity, or what?
I have no idea.
Because last
And
time we
then-
saw Wheeljack, they made him look like some kind of messed up Einsteinish thing.
And then they freaking took Mirage and gave him Jazz's form, so that he was a cross between Mirage and Jazz.
I want to definitely call attention to Andrew Campbell's statement. There is only one Transformers movie, and that was back in 1986.
true,
Sir,
Yeah.
I salute you.
I mean, there was some decent. The one fight scene at the museum was good, but the end fight scene, you're like, how the hell?
Come on, continue. This
Okay, so
ran
you
it
guys,
over.
you guys don't mind
Spoil it.
spoilers?
Spoil it, yes. We don't.
No
care
one
about this
gives a
crap
fuck
movie.
on here.
Okay,
except maybe
I already
so-
watched the full
No,
mental.
Mirage
like,
gets
on
his
it.
ass kicked by the Terragons to the point where he's
Oh my God,
practically-
you ruined the movie for me.
Yeah, no, where he's practically dead. You got the Maximals and like 3 Autobots fighting to keep the space bridge open. Well, they're trying to shut the space bridge because Unicron's trying to cross into it, but they want the space bridge for themselves. Anyway, so Mirage almost gets dead, so they give him. You remember in the '80s movie how Spike had armor?
Yeah, the exosuit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Mirage literally turns his body into the exosuit and gives it to a human.
Oh, is that why that guy was wearing it?
Yeah.
Oh, it gets
I
better.
mean,
It gets
it's
so
not
better.
a stretch. They ride around in them like cars. So
It gets so
But-
better though. So Optimus is about ready to die and gets sucked into the space bridge, but we know this is 20 years before the Bayformers, so it's not going to happen. What the kid
Wait,
with the exosuit manages to grab Optimus's Prime's hand and keep him from being sucked in by holding him.
Wait. This
I'm
is still
not
going off of
making
Bay
this up.
continuity.
A little human in an
Yeah, it's a
exosuit
prequel.
is
It takes
holding
place in the
Optimus
90s.
Prime.
Why not just reboot it?
Yeah, right. No,
Well, I
this
mean,
is a
some
reboot.
people were claiming that maybe this is a reboot and they'll go into the modern times and just ignore Bayformers. But I mean, that's just speculation. We don't really know.
Guys, you're looking at this all wrong. That's the power of love.
Yeah.
But there was an interesting thingy after.
And
you
love
know,
is love.
was-
Anyways,
After everything was, somehow he managed to hold a 8-ton mega robot on this little itty bitty exosuit, and managed to save the day. They mixed in GI Joes at the end. That was the only interesting factor.
No shit. They're like legit GI Joes teased
Yeah.
in.
So the kid starts out. He can't get a job because he got dishonorably discharged from the military. That's where they throw in a bunch of racist stuff in. Is everybody interviewing him says we can't afford to have your people and da 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 da. And anyway, it's stupid. But anyway,
Mhm.
the guy
Right.
at the end's
They were trying to
interviewing
do-
him for a job and then slides his card over, and it's the GI Joe initiative.
Hold up. So he's dishonorably discharged, but that's due to racism.
Well, no, that's part of it why he can't find a job now because he's untrustworthy.
This is in the 90s.
I mean, he's
That doesn't
dishonorably
happen.
discharged. How does that equate to racism?
I was
That's the
working
point.
jobs in the 90s, and I worked with people who were dishonorably discharged. They had no problem finding work.
That's
Yeah.
that's the point. I
Doesn't
don't
work
think he was
yourself.
dishonorably discharged, but he was discharged, and his officer refused to give him a good review. Like they'd call him, and they're like, "No."
Yeah, that the dishonorably discharged has lost the meaning that it used to have. Back a long time ago, if you get a dishonorable discharge, you were kind of screwed.
Mhm.
But now
you
I
could
want
still
to.
find
Yeah.
still find work. It's not
Yeah,
like you
but-
were barred from some. You had to start all over. Sometimes that meant going and
Yeah,
flipping
his
burgers.
idea was quote unquote going to charity event and liberating a car for
What?
charity.
How do you liberate a car?
In other words, they broke into a place and tried to steal the car, and it turned out to be Mirage.
Well, first they invaded
Yeah.
the island.
But they were calling it charity work. He's like, no, I got a charity job. They'll pay you well. And he's like, dude, we're stealing a car. No, we're liberating the car because these guys can afford it.
What?
Yeah,
That's
he's
in
a
the
cartoon.
movie.
He's
I'm
a
not
cartoon.
Oh
making
my
it
god!
The family unit kind of sucks in the movie too. His mom's in it for like one scene, it looks like, and then just disappears. So
Well,
you
he-
don't really get
he
a
ends
sense of.
It's more a
anything.
brotherly love thing. But even then, like his brother's sick, and the hospital director won't treat his brother anymore until they pay the bills. Every
That's why he's
terrible
feeling sorry.
person in the movie is all white.
Of course, that's
Of course.
a necessity in Hollywood.
Par for the course.
Which I don't, like I said, I don't care about race. But they just put so much unnecessary race lines in there. It's just like, why?
Because they're racist, Maji.
Mhm.
They're absolute fucking
They're-
racist.
They're all activists first, doing a job second.